Now to those big changes for the inauguration of President Donald Trump. For the first time since 1985, the presidential oath of office will be administered indoors. Ronald Reagan's second inauguration was moved inside due to the extreme cold, and now the cold is forcing Monday's inauguration events inside the Capitol Rotunda. But the plans are continuing to change. You've got questions, and we're working to get answers for you.
Yeah, we have live team coverage of the changes and the impact this bitter weather will have on the big day. The chief Top Rashad is tracking just how cold it will be on Monday. Our Simone D'Alba is also looking into the most important thing the Constitution requires when changes are made to the inauguration ceremony. And
our Lionel Donovan and Matthew Torres have some new reaction to this change in plans. Let's kick things off, though, with Matthew Torres outside the Capitol One Arena, and it's going to be busy there soon.
Yeah, definitely. And we are starting to see more Trump supporters from all over the country getting here to D.C. They say while they are excited that they do not have to be outside in the cold, they are also disappointed that the inauguration is now going to be indoors. So what they're trying to do is secure a spot inside Capitol One Arena where the viewing of this inauguration is supposed to take place. And according to Trump, the parade will also take place here at the arena. But there are still many questions, including who can get inside. The arena only has about 20,000 seats, and there's been a team of law enforcement officials dedicated to safety and security protocols now trying to figure out what's next. How that will all change as far as the changes to road closures and other safety protocols is the big question. Here's a couple from New Jersey who was able to secure tickets to the ceremony when it was supposed to be outside.
I'm pretty sad for people that flew in. I mean, we're from New Jersey, so we took the train down, which wasn't such a big deal. But a lot of folks, you know, really, like we might post from California and all over. So I feel bad for them. What we're going to do is just see how we can get in to see them, you know, here at the Capitol One Arena. That's what we got to do.
And we might be standing out here with 1 million other people. You know, I mean, a lot of people came down there. They want to see them get inaugurated, so it is a disappointment.
It's not the weather. You just have to dress for the weather.
And those people who had tickets to the ceremony outside, they say they still have not received any specific instructions on what's next. One person telling me the plan on Monday is to just get here to the arena as early as possible, even when it's dark, closest to the doors, in hopes of being able to go in. But again, as far as what this means, road closures, metro, all of that, we have still yet to hear more details from officials, guys.
Yeah, those officials will need to plan soon because, as you mentioned, the arena only seats 20,000 people, so you can't have any and everybody just showing up at the same time.
It's pretty tricky. I mean, you also probably can't guarantee a ticket, so it probably is first come, first serve. We'll see how this all shakes out. There's a lot of logistics to manage between now and then.
All right, Matthew, thank you. Our team coverage continues now with our Lionel Donovan at Reagan National Airport.
Yeah, Lionel, you've been spending the afternoon talking to Trump supporters who flew in for the inauguration and are just learning about the changes, right?
That is correct, and it looks like the proposed changes has not stopped the flow of people coming here into Reagan to watch Monday's inauguration. I got a chance to speak with folks coming from as far north as Maine and as far south as Texas, including this dance team that flew in that actually just touched down in Reagan in order to watch Monday's inauguration. Now, those have said that although some folks are disappointed to hear about the inauguration not being outdoors, they're still just as enthusiastic to watch Trump be sworn in with their fellow Trump supporters.
I was just confused actually at first, and then I think, well, it's probably better safety-wise, but the chance of us actually getting in there is probably gone really way down.
We have a lot of things planned, you know, but they're more in control, and you know, we all do it as a team, and we'll make the most of it no matter what it is.
Now, as Matthew was saying earlier, after making the announcement that inauguration plans would be changed, Trump did announce that folks would be able to head to Capitol One Arena on Monday to watch the inauguration live. And after he's sworn in, he'll head to the arena to join his followers. But for now, we're live at Reagan. Lionel Donovan, WUSA 9.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can you, I'm just trying to imagine the scene on Monday of people inside, outside,
trying to get in,
all around that perimeter.
It sounds like some of them are just happy to be in D.C.
Yeah, and I suppose that makes sense too if that's what they came for. Absolutely.
All right, Lionel,
All right.
thank you. And you know, no matter where the events are held, Inauguration Day, we know, is full of pomp and circumstance. The day's festivities can cost hundreds of millions of dollars just to put on.
But here's a question. How much of it is actually required? Our Simone D'Alba is here to break it all down. So tell us, Sim.
Yeah, well, this is interesting. Leslie Zoe, legally speaking, almost none of it, right? The Constitution only requires one thing, that the president takes the oath of office. According to the 20th Amendment, it has to happen at noon on January 20th. Everything else is optional. The speeches, the concerts, the poetry readings, the parade, the inaugural balls, none of that is mandated by law. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court usually administers that oath, but even that's not required. A few times other people have done it. In fact, that's usually an emergency measure following the sudden death of a president. Presidents most commonly swear on a Bible, of course, when taking the oath, but that too isn't necessary. John Quincy Adams swore on a law book. Teddy Roosevelt swore on no book at all, just for perspective. So as long as he takes the oath at noon on Monday, inside, outside, he has met the constitutional requirements to become president. Leslie Zoe, back to you.
I think we're still going to see some of that pomp and circumstance.
Yeah,
So it's going to
without a
look a
doubt.
little different.
I think you're
but
right.
We're still going to see some of it.
Certainly.
All right, stay connected to WUSA 9 all weekend for last-minute changes to Monday's festivities. You got to stay glued in, y'all. On Monday, tune in for our live streaming coverage from the oath of office to the inaugural address in the indoor parade. We'll have special in-depth coverage streaming all day long on WUSA 9 Plus. It's a free download for Roku, Fire TV, and most streaming platforms.